What's going on YouTube? My name is Darren. I'm the BowTie Fragrance Guy. On this channel, we primarily focus on fragrances, but I like to throw in some style and grooming tips as well. So if you're into that, make sure you hit subscribe. Don't forget to enable notifications by hitting that bell icon as well, so that way anytime a new video is uploaded on the channel, you'll be one of the first people to get notified. On today's video, guys, I'm going to be jumping into talking about some of perfect date night fragrances, especially for this time of the year. Fall and winter, man. Perfect time of the year to wear those really sexy, more sweet, more seductive fragrances, especially when you're going out with that special somebody. So I have 10 fragrances that are perfect for that scenario. So I'm gonna run the intro, and when we come back, we're gonna jump into it. You know how we rock, you know how we get down. If you wanna see what's on the list, you know the routine. Keep it locked right here. It's go time.
The BowTie Fragrance Guy.
All right, guys, we're back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked in. We're gonna jump into it. Always remember now, guys, moving forward, I try to link as many of these fragrances as I can to the in the product link to the video. So if you want to find some of these fragrances, if something seemed to catch your attention and you want to look into it, make sure you click that link where it says products to check these out. And I have looked for the best price I could find. So the first fragrance, this is for the grown and sexy. Look, I know I have a very wide range of demographics as it relates to age on the channel, but I always want to make sure I throw something in there for the more sophisticated, older gentlemen out there as well. And this is for that demographic. This fragrance comes from the brand of Roger Parfums, and that is Parfums de la Nuit number 2. Parfums de la Nuit number 2. This is rum, coconut, benzoin, tonkamine, and patchouli, just to name a few, guys. I can only tell you one thing. This is extremely, extremely sexy. Again, when I say older gentlemen, of course the scent profile, I don't really see, although it could be possible, right? There's always anecdotal situations where something doesn't work out how it normally does. I get that, but I don't really see 25-year-olds, that many really liking this kind of scent profile. Again, more mature. 30, 35, 40 plus. I think we'll really love this. Roger Parfums fragrances generally tend to have a little bit more of a traditional feel to it. And this is a very complex but very sexy fragrance. Again, when it's cold outside, I love warmer, sweeter scent profiles for a date over a more fresh, citrus or aquatic type fragrance. Perfect time of year to rock something like this. Again, vanilla, benzoin on the dry down with a very sexy, chocolatey patchouli note. Perfect for a cozy date night out. So check this one out, guys. I know it's a little bit expensive, but again, get a sample or, whatever the case may be. I think you'll enjoy this. This one is called Parfums de la Nuit number 2. All right, guys, the next fragrance, I do have a designer fragrance on this list, believe it or not. And so far, I think this is probably my favorite designer release of the year. This is from the brand of Mugler. This is called Phantasm. This is Phantasm, and what you get with this one is chocolate accord, patchouli, and coffee. Man, this is really, really, really good. Very good for a date night. One that I think will really, entice a woman to really want to cuddle up and be close to you, and that's what you're looking for on a date. It's an intimate affair, right? And these fragrances like this are the perfect fragrance to wear for said occasion. Again, chocolate. This is really kind of an amalgamation of like some of the best Muglers, the original Amen, and fragrances like Pure Malt, kind of a mixture of those two fragrances. This stuff is fantastic for a date night. So another thing I love about it is the fact that it's only $90. And we're living in a world now where designer fragrances, brands, are trying to charge upwards of $150 for a lot of their releases. So definitely one that you need to get in your collection, man, from the brand of Mugler. This is Phantasm. All right, guys, and speaking of smelling great and going out on a date, I know there's some guys out there that may even struggle to get to that point of even, sometimes finding the confidence, especially if you feel like there's somebody special to ask that woman out on a date. And that's why I'm happy to have the Wing Girl method sponsor today's video. The Wing Girl method was founded by Marnie, who's actually a fellow YouTuber and a dating expert. Her channel now is actually approaching over 1 million subscribers, and she has come up with a science-based method to flirting called the F formula. The F formula has helped thousands of men to get the girl that they want through this science-based method of flirting. So whether or not you felt like this woman was out of your league, or whatever the case may be, whatever it was that had you scared to approach, this science-based method has helped thousands of women to really conquer that and get over those fears and those anxieties, and taught them how to go about properly approaching the woman that you want to get, obviously, the results that you're looking for. And because the Wing Girl method is sponsoring today's video, they're gonna hook my subscribers up with an exclusive deal. Make sure you click the link down in the description to get a free preview of the F formula. Again, guys, that's completely free. So if you're a single guy and you have been struggling to approach the woman of your dreams, or to approach women in general, and actually get yourself to that point of having that first date, you need to definitely check this out. So make sure you click on the link and find out about the F formula and see if it works for you, as it has done for thousands of men. So if you're a single guy and you've been struggling to approach women and get that date that you're looking for, you definitely need to check this out. So make sure you click that link and get access now. All right, guys, the next fragrance on the list, this is a newer release, and man, this couldn't have come at a perfect time. This is the quintessential like fall, winter date night fragrance. It should be. If you haven't checked it out yet and you haven't had a chance, this is from the brand of Mind Games, and this is called Mentor. This stuff is fantastic for a date night. Plum, caramel, coffee, and sandalwood are some of the main notes. And do I really need to say anything else? The notes themselves should give you guys, or tell you all you need to know about this fragrance and why it's good. Sandalwood is creamy. Again, it has that that salted kind of caramel accord. Listen, it's just sexy, fellas. You got to get your nose on this stuff. That's the only thing that I don't like, of course, about what we do. I'm trying to describe to you as best I can how good this is, but I don't really have the words to do it justice, especially when you talk about date night. So just do yourself a favor and get a sample of this fragrance right here. You'll understand why I'm ranting and raving the way that I am. It's from the brand of Mind Games, and again, this is called Mentor. All right, guys, the next fragrance on the list is one I haven't talked about as much here in the more recent history, but I love this fragrance, and it's from the brand of By Candlelight. This is Black Phantom. Black Phantom. This is rum, sugarcane, almonds, and sandalwood, coffee, just to name a few notes. Again, sweet, sexy, seductive. That's kind of the theme of today's list and the fragrances that I chose to put on this list. And this is all of the above. I haven't worn this in a while, although if you guys can, well, it's about down to here. See, the juice is all the way down here. So I've worn it a lot. It's time to pick it back up and put it back in the rotation. I can't think of many fragrances that in the fall and winter are better for date nights than this fragrance. It is ultra, ultra, ultra sexy and seductive. So make sure you check it out if you haven't yet. From the brand of By Candlelight, Black Phantom. All right, guys, the next fragrance comes from the brand of Unique Luxury, and this is called Crush on Me. Crush on Me from Unique Luxury. This stuff is fantastic, guys. What you get here is caramel, patchouli, amber, saffron, and primarily you're getting that patchouli and caramel. That's really what this fragrance is kind of based upon. And that's something you're gonna see kind of a resounding thing with this list. You're gonna find notes in the base like sandalwood, patchouli, really sexy, seductive notes in my experience. And of course, those sweeter, more kind of gourmand touches. Great for date nights, being out and about on the town. So make sure you check this one out, guys. Again, this is an amazing date night fragrance from the brand of Unique Luxury. This is Crush on Me. All right, guys, this next fragrance is a very sexy, seductive fragrance that I haven't heard many people on YouTube talk about besides myself. It's from a brand that doesn't get as much conversation. It is a brand of 4160 Tuesdays, and this is called Captured by Candlelight. Captured by Candlelight. This one is toffee, cognac, beeswax, cinnamon, and oak wood. Oh, man, super sexy. Again, the name kind of gives you an idea of what this fragrance smells like. This to me is almost kind of done in the way that Replica does their fragrances. It kind of gives you the setting, what gives you an idea of what the fragrance actually smells like. And this smells like you are sitting in front of your date and you are waiting on your food to come. You have some hors d'oeuvres there on the table and there's a candle burning kind of there setting the mood. This is exactly what this fragrance smells like, and that's a lot of, I think when you smell it, what the imagery that you'll get as well. Very sexy, very seductive, perfect for a date night setting. So make sure you check this one out, guys. This one's kind of flying under the radar. This is Captured by Candlelight from 4160 Tuesdays. All right, guys, the next fragrance on the list, I've talked about this brand quite a bit, this particular line more so quite a bit. And if you haven't experienced it or checked any of these fragrances out yet, you're doing yourself a disservice. It's from the brand of Carolina Herrera, the Confidential collection. It's kind of like their, these designer brands have their exclusive line. This is kind of like their exclusive line from Carolina Herrera. This is called Nightfall Pachali. This stuff is amazing, man. Cinnamon, patchouli, and benzoin are some of the main notes. And this kind of puts you in the mindset of Wajan from Parfums de Marly, Ombre Tabac, Daniel Hossier, 1 Million Privé, Ombre Narguilé from Hermes, all fragrances that smell like apple pie. This stuff is fantastic. And I love the fact that, it's a very intimate fragrance. As a matter of fact, most of the fragrances from this line are a little bit more intimate, but that's what you want on a date night. So check it out from the brand of Carolina Herrera. Guys, you gotta check this collection out. This is called Nightfall Pachali. All right, guys, the next fragrance on the list, this comes from the brand of Liquid Imaginaires, and this is called Desert Suave. Desert Suave, very smooth fragrance, guys. Sesame Accord in this orange blossom, cardamom, and mandarin orange. And again, I've talked about this here recently before about the note of sesame. It gives this very gourmand feel to fragrances, almost like baked bread almost. That's how I would describe it. And you have that here with the orange blossom that gives that very sexy floral aspect, but it's kind of creamy. Like I said, orange blossom to me with a nice hint of mandarin orange on the top. This stuff is amazing. Again, like I've been saying, perfect for a date night. If you haven't put your nose on this, guys, seriously. And this one is from a brand too. This is not that expensive, but it's really good. This is called Desert Suave from Liquid Imaginaires. All right, guys, the next fragrance on the list, another one of my secret weapons, man. I talked about this fragrance quite a bit. Stuff is so good, man. From Electimus, this is Mercurio Cashmere. This is tuberose, tonka bean, caramel, and vanilla. Very, very compelling fragrance, very compelling. Ladies love it. They pick up that tuberose in the opening. That's, I think, what's very familiar and a draw, but again, very sweet, very decadent fragrance, which really offsets the tuberose. So it's not a fragrance that is feminine, so to speak. It's just sexy. I've talked about this fragrance before, and again, this is kind of one of those secret weapons because not a lot of people talk about it. And that's one of the things I kind of want to do with this video, just kind of give you guys some other fragrances that I haven't talked about in a while that's great for this, this type of scenario, or just a fragrance that a lot of other people don't talk about, so it's not like overly hyped or anything like that. Do yourself a favor, man. Just do yourself a favor and check it out. Trust me. From the brand of Electimus, I'm sorry, this is Mercurio Cashmere. All right, guys, and last but not least, I actually picked this fragrance up on the wife and I took a trip to Mexico from a duty-free. And it's very hard to find this fragrance in stores, like Neiman Marcus, places like that. It's very hard to find this fragrance. It's from the YSL, La Vestiaire de Parfums collection. They have a few bottles that come in a different presentation, the black bottles. This is number 6, and this is called Place Saint Sulpice. Man, this stuff is amazing. Tonka bean, labdanum, leather. Oh, this is so good. Labdanum is kind of the main accord here. Labdanum is the main accord. So again, it's a leather fragrance because labdanum has a leathery feel to it. There's leather in here as well. But I love the way it's kind of offset with that sweetness of tonka bean here. So This is just a really, really sexy fragrance. Like if you're dressed, how I'm dressed now, and you're going to a place for some fine dining, this is gonna be the perfect compliment for you guys this fall and winter. Seriously, I know it's a little bit harder to find. Sometimes when you go into Neiman Marcus and places like that, they may have this. There's another one that's really good that's kind of sitting around sandalwood. It may be 24. But this stuff is just phenomenal. Very sexy. Again, that leather, the tonkamine, there's also some lavender in here, which of course, I found a lot of traditional masculine fragrances, man. So do yourself a favor and check this one out. This is number 6 from the YSL Le Vestiaire de Parfums collection. But that is it, guys. That is my time. I hope you enjoyed this video today. As always, I sincerely appreciate your time and your attention to these videos. You don't have to watch, but you do. And I sincerely appreciate that. Now, don't forget to take a few moments to like, comment, and subscribe. Please make sure you're sharing these videos out to some other folks that you think could use the information or just find it entertaining. Because I'm your guy, Darian. I'm the BowTie Fragrance Guy. I love to look good, and of course, I love to smell fantastic. So until next time, keep looking good, keep smelling even better. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.